Hello, let's do Wordle for July 25th. Let's spin our members' wheel, see what we're starting with today. All right, pound, suggested by Scott Bathurst. All right, I feel like we've had that one recently, but the wheel wills what it will. All right, let us start with pound. It's not a bad starting word. It's got some middling letters in it. There is an O second and no U. Really makes me want to do double O, but let's see if we can avoid that. OA would be fine. Like roast seems perfect. Let's do it. All right, so it could be an OER word. Let's anticipate that and see what we can do. So OER, what's left? A lot, but there's always the VER and the WER words. Lots of those. So what's left for those? So we've got, vower is a word. Wower and vower, would those be answers? Probably, I don't know. You never know these days. Hover is an answer. Lover is an answer. Cover is an answer. And cower. Lower also. Lower, lover. Cower, cover. Hover, not hower. Bower, maybe. Mover. I want kind of these letters ish. How many of these can I get before I get stuck in that OER? Ideally, I'd avoid an E, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be OER right now, right? But when you're playing hard mode or hard mode style, like I do, you got a pre-filler, right? Because once you have that OER locked in, like it's locked in. You can't really do fillers anymore. But this is a quasi filler in that we're still going to guess something that hard mode accepts. But we are trying to avoid getting right into that OER right away. That's the idea. All right. So I obviously still have to use this R somewhere, and I have to put O second. So I could do like an LOR. I think that H isn't as important because H can't be hower, but we have mower and mover, which are both possible. Luckily we tried our first, which eliminates rover and stuff like that. And obviously there's stuff that don't even use the V and W, but you got to start somewhere. So what can I do with all this? I want lorch to be a word really badly, so let's just see if it is. Nope. Okay. I mean, lurch is a word, but we can't guess that in hard mode style. Could use the M. Coral, but there's no A. Coral would be a throwaway. Now, hard mode does let you use grays again for some reason. So that would technically be a good hard mode filler. Not great, but coral would get the job done. But I wonder if there's a way to do that where it's still possibly an answer. Is there like a ORLY word? I don't see one. Corally. I could see if it is a word. Nope. I could see if morally is a word. I mean, it's kind of silly. Hard mode would also let me start with R again, but I'd really like to not do that if possible. What about moral with the E there? That locks me into the OER if it is OER, but at least I get the M, R, and L out of the way. Or sorry, the M and the L. It's not that many. I think moral is a word though. I know it's not moral with the A. But I think it's some kind of animal. Is it like an eel? No. What is it? Like a I want to say it's a fungus or a mushroom, but it could be nothing too. Just my brain is telling me it's something. I don't know what it is. Um, it's not great, right? It gets me in that OER trap. If it is OER, then now I'm basically stuck with OER, and all I get is the LM. All right, I'm gonna go for it. I can't think of anything better. All right, so it is OER. So now we're in that trap. Like we're forced into it. So I got rid of the lower lover, mower, mover. I could do vower just to see if it's one or the other of those, but there's other things it can be besides the V and the W in the middle. There's just a bunch of those. Um, cover I did not get rid of, or cower. So I'm wondering if cover or cower is a good word to go here. I may have to fill her fifth. I mean, we'll see. It depends on if I get lucky or not. Um, what else is there if I exclude the WV? What else is there? Because I didn't repeat the R, so that actually helps quite a bit. We know there's not an R first or third. Um, another advantage of moral over doing an OER right away. Um, foyer, but I remember foyer has been the answer. Foyer. Um, I don't even know if there's a ZER left. I don't think so. I think I got rid of a lot of them. I think it's just the W and V's left. I can't think of any more. I hope it's just the W and V's left. So if I did, I think getting that C out of the way would be a good idea. There's hover, but not hower. There's cover and cower. It's possible that bower is a word, someone who uses a bow, but I'm not sure. The problem is they've been adding words that didn't used to be possible answers. They've been possible answers recently. And so I have to consider ones that normally wouldn't. Joker. I don't remember if Joker's been the answer before. It would be really good to remember that, though. Joker's kind of a wild card, as it would be. I can't think of another OKER. Poker, obviously, but there's no P. All right, I'm going to go for, let's see, are there more V's or W's left? Are there any W's left besides cower? Bower, maybe. I think it's better to do cover at this point because there's also hover. Let's try it. All right. So we eliminated cower as well. It could be Joker for sure. I don't remember if Joker's been the answer before. I don't know. I mean, it seems possible that Bower or Bower would be possible. They don't have. It doesn't have any overlap at all with Joker. What else is there? I feel like I'm just missing a class of words here. There's boxer. So Bower, guessing Bower would also tell me about boxer. Then Joker's kind of the wild card answer. Okay, boxer. Is there another oxer word? The good news is, I don't think I can repeat a letter at this point. Maybe the O. Gooer. I mean, gooey is a word. I don't think gooer is a word. Wooer. Is wooer a word? That makes me think I should guess bower just to see if wooer might be an answer. Someone who woos. I'm talking myself into bower because it tells me about boxer and it tells me about wooer. And if it's neither of those, then I think it's Joker. The problem is I have no evidence towards Joker, and so if I figure out there's another word, then I'm down to a gamble. But I don't think I can do much better than that. But if I can think of more words, I might go for a filler. But we'll see. Is there? I mean, I know Roger's a word, but you can't put R first, so I don't think there's another one. I'm being very careful here. This is so easy to lose. I don't think there's any Oyer words besides foyer, and I know I'm rejecting foyer because I remember specifically that it's been the answer before. And if I'm wrong about that, then that's really bad. But my brain is telling me foyer was the answer a while ago. The problem is I used to play a ton. I mean, I still do, but I used to play even more often, like a ton of Wordle variants. And foyer would come up as the answer all the time in those. And so I want to say it came up in Wordle too, but actually I'm not 100% confident in that. But I have no way of testing for that over Joker. So I think I have to just trust my instinct that foyer has been the answer. If it hasn't and that's the answer, that's really bad. But okay, I think I've convinced myself to try Bower. I mean, if the streak ends, the streak ends. So I told myself I'd do Joker in this case. It can't be wooer or even booer. It can't be boxer. Foyer is right there. Foyer is still very possible. I don't remember if Joker's been the answer before, and I have something telling me Foyer's been the answer, so I'm going to go Joker. No, it was a Foyer. Oh, what the heck is a... Oh, gopher. The animal? Oh, no. Well, there goes my streak. Oh, well. I didn't even think of gopher. Wait. Isn't gopher PH? I have to look this up. I thought gopher was PH, the animal. Define gopher. A person who runs errands, especially on a movie set or an office. I would have thought that was spelled like the animal, PH. Holy cow. I guarantee you this was not on the original answer list. Oh, no. If I'd guessed foyer, then I would have stumbled into gopher, but holy cow. This might be up there with Parer in losses. I'm gonna check. It's a little early, but I'm gonna check the bot. Just to see the solve rate. Do we have a solve rate today? Is there a way to see it? So what was it saying here? What was left? According to the New York Times bot. 32. Oh, sorry, 6 words left. The 6 words are cover, hover, cower, boxer, hover, gopher. I thought of all of those except for gopher, and I also thought of bower, which isn't in the... It's according to this bot. Oh, bower's right here. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so boxer, foyer, joker, gopher, bower, wooer. I thought of wooer as well. I'm going to do the normal bot analysis as well, but I want it to tell me how many people lost today. After bower, there were 3 words left. Foyer, which I rejected, joker, which I guessed, and gopher, which I don't think I would have ever thought of because the animal is PH. Let me just double check that. Am I? Yeah, gopher, the animal is PH. Jeez. Okay. And then I lost. I wonder how many people in the same scenario as me. I wonder how many people looked it up. Interesting. Though foyer and joker may be difficult to think of, I'm not sure. I would like it to tell me... There's always 0.5% people who are cheating and getting it 1. All I want to know is the percentage of people who lost on this one. It does it not show it? It used to show it, didn't it? Or maybe it's just connections that shows it. So if I go to guess 6, this 64%, does this mean that 100 minus 64, does this mean that 36% have lost? I think it's more complicated than that. No, I don't think this adds to 100%, so maybe. Yeah. Turn 2. Very interesting. Okay. Let's look at my bot now. It's not my bot, but the bot I use. Oh, I got to pull up my solve. Where'd it go? Oh, I have to go back to. Let's pull this up. Sorry, I have to go back to my Wordle solve. All right, gopher. I'm not the only one annoyed by that, right? not just because I lost. All right, start with pound. I mean, I saw the OER coming. I thought of every word other than the answer, and I picked a good word for it. So I'm not unhappy with my solve. It's just they picked a weird word to be the answer. All right, roast is what I did next. It likes reast over roast by quite a bit. Wait, I need to turn on hard mode. And it's not going to do good at gopher. I'm pretty sure gopher is. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be a likely answer to the spot. Roast is nowhere near. Wordle, interesting. All right, I did roast. Now notice it isn't going into that OER until you get into the 95% solve rate answers. It's suggesting wormy. That's really good. I was thinking about the WV. Oh, I should have thought about maybe just including a W or a V. Interesting. And then that M, Y ending. Interesting. Moral's up here, though. Moral's what I guessed. Look at that. It's number 4. All right. Sorry, I'm like looking over my mic here. Okay, so it's saying boxer, cover, cower, foyer, hover, joker, wooer. Pretty sure I mentioned all of those words. Unlikely. Bower, which I thought of. Cooer, I actually did think of, but it was ruled out by cover. So that was fine. Coyer, gopher was the answer. Goer, coker, vower. I thought of vower as well. Woker, yoker. Interesting. So yeah, it does not consider it likely. So it might lose too, but let's see what I did cover, which is interesting. It's saying do vower at this point. I thought about that, but I thought that wouldn't be as good. But I guess just knowing if there's a VW or neither earlier would have actually really helped me. In this case, because it was neither. But I did cover, which has an 85% solve rate. So already, even according to it, I messed up with cover. But I knew that foyer wouldn't be an answer. So I was considering that. Bower is what I did next, and it's saying that's in that 75% solve rate. And then from here, yeah, foyer or joker is what I thought the 50-50 was, and I was pretty sure foyer was been the answer. You know what? I'm going to look up if foyer has been the answer before. There's sites that just give the past Wordle answers. Yes, foyer has been the answer before. So I remembered correctly. And so, yeah, the logical thing is then to go joker, because gopher was in the unlikely list. I didn't even think of it. All right, so it would have, let's see. I'm not sure. It might lose too. So from pound, let's do Wordle. So the answer is gopher. So O and then the R. It's going to do worse from here. So we get that OER, but they're yellow. See, putting the R here and then here, really good idea. Because it removes the double R options for the OER trap. Now it's going to go hover or mover. I don't know if it matters. And our answer was gopher. Now it's going to go yoker, and it's like, hey, I'm going to solve it. And then it's going to go boxer. And look, that's 6 guesses. So it loses too on pound. After boxer, there's still these options. Cooer, gopher, comer. I don't know. Let's look at Saleh. I wonder how Saleh does. The optimal start. The E is there. So it's going to do pined. It avoids that R. Now it's doing Moby. But again, it's not going to consider gopher. Rower. Yeah, now it has to eliminate the double R. So now it has. Now it's saying cover or hover gets you the answer because it's got cover, hover, joker. So it's going to go joker next. And it's going to lose too. And then from there, you've got foyer or gopher. So yeah, it lost 2. There's one thing I can do, which is from here, I can say all possible answers rather than most likely. It's still not going to do great because then it's considering a whole lot of words, but let's see if it wins or not with gopher. So we go right into OER at this point because it's like, hey, I can't win anyway. I found some words. And so now it's going to go rower, getting rid of that double R right away. Then it's going to go cover. Ooh, interesting. Now it goes gopher. So it wins if it considers all possible answers, but it gets lucky. Okay. Crazy word today. I mean, they've been introducing weird words for the past little bit. All right, well, starting the streak over. I guess people who usually yell at me for doing a filler, I'm not even sure if the filler would have helped because I did not think of gopher at all. But honestly, if I had not remembered that foyer had already been the answer, it's possible that I would have guessed foyer and gotten the F and won. So that counted against me in this case, but for weird reasons. All right. I think I have extended this video long enough. If you'd like to watch the New York Times games and plus the bonus game, you can click at the end of the video and it'll take you right there. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.